the end of the day, sellout of 250 in less than 1 week. Took 1 week to sell out. That is unprecedented. And the reality is, there's not a bigger venue in Greenbrier County right now than that would work. Greenbrier Hotel is just a little bit too expensive, just a tad. So I've heard some comments, and afterwards, if you have some other ideas and some things for the future, please let us know. One thing we might attempt next time is either 2 food lines or serve a table. That's the one thing that we could probably shave about 30 minutes. But I didn't hear very many complaints about how long it went, because it was a pretty fun night. It's a pretty fun night. Committee members, is there anything that anybody wants to say about the dinner?
The school did a wonderful job.
Pardon?
The school did a wonderful job.
Yes, the school did a wonderful job catering. Yes. I didn't get a chance to do this that night. I really want to give a special thank you to Debbie. Debbie worked her hind end off. Everybody did, but Debbie really coordinated. She really coordinated. And let's give Debbie a round of applause. At this time, I want to introduce to you all a man that it wasn't all that long ago that we met. And come to find out, there's been a lot of changes in the Raleigh County, West Virginia political spectrum recently. And we got an announcement, was it yesterday? Day before yesterday, that their current state senator, Bug Stover, is going to be retiring. Our dear friends, Vince Deeds and Jack David Woodrum, speak extremely highly of who I believe is going to be their next colleague, who will be working for all of Southern West Virginia, including Greenbrier County. His name is Brian Helton, the next state senator from Raleigh County, Wyoming County, and Western Fayette County. Brian, take the floor.
Well, I'll say this. I am very envious of what you guys have here in Greenbrier County. And I announced that I was going to do this September 12th. And since then, I've been to 29 events, and I've had a lot of chili. And I found out it's my first time running for office. So I found out that when you're running for office, you make sure everybody's chili is the best you've ever had. But I've also had to change pant sizes. So fortunately, a couple of years ago, I was a little heavier and I had some leftovers I was able to wear. But my wife Emily is with me tonight, and that's the best decision I've ever made. We've been married 33 years. And we have a son, Anthony, that graduated from WVU a few years ago. And his wife, Michaela, is a public school teacher in Raleigh County. And so we're very proud of them. They're both great kids, and we're just excited what the future holds for them. But I'll tell you, what's happening here tonight is what needs to happen all across America. Because you guys have really shown up tonight to show that you care about your community, you care about the things that are happening, and you're committed to making America a better place. You're committed to making West Virginia a better place, and Greenbrier County. It's not hard to see why it's such a great thing happening here in Greenbrier County, because this turnout's just amazing. We've been to Raleigh County Executive Committee, we've been to Fayette County, we've been to Wyoming County, where it was me and the guy that runs the committee that night for the meeting. So you guys showing up tonight, I was just absolutely amazed when we came here. This guy here is well known in so many places, and we're just blessed to have him here. He's just made a big impact on me just a short time I've known him. But to have a 19-year-old guy a few years ago take this over, and now 5 years later, this is what we have. I mean, you guys, I want to give him a round of applause. It's amazing. So I decided to run for the state senate because I think we need more conservatives in Charleston.
Amen.
I've never ran for office before. So for the past 20 years, I've done a couple things. One of them is coach high school basketball. And the other is I've been a business owner here in southern West Virginia. And I've been blessed to be a part of a few different industries, from coal, natural gas, the trucking industry, and construction. And during that time, I've been fortunate to play a part in bringing a lot of jobs to our area in southern West Virginia. And a lot of people don't know this, but right now West Virginia is number 2 in the nation in GDP growth. So our state is, our economy in our state is growing at the second fastest pace of all 50 states. And how long has it been? Probably ever we could ever say that. The thing is, in my area and all of southern West Virginia, for the most part, we're still on the decline. And so I think right now we have an opportunity to really grow our economy. They're doing it in other parts of the state. We've seen the Eastern Panhandle get manufacturing plant. We've seen it in the Northern Panhandle jobs come in. And there's no reason we can't do that in southern West Virginia. And so I feel called to do this right now from a business standpoint, because my background and my experience was really in economic development. That's how I really started my first businesses. So I think we can do that here. And I think it's a very regional effort. Even though I would not be representing Greenbrier County directly, I'm looking so forward to working with everyone here, because when we do things together as a region, we can really accomplish amazing things for our area. And so while business is something I've done the last few years, my passion are the social issues. And what's going on across our country, these radical policies they're trying to impose on all of us, we've got to keep that out of West Virginia. So I'm a conservative. I'm 100% pro-life. I believe that as parents, we should make the decision about our children and not the government.
Hey.
When it comes to medical freedoms, we have to make sure that we get to choose what's put into our body and the bodies of our children. And I'm not anti-vaccine. It's vaccines through the years. Lots of people feel like they play a valuable role in our society. But right now, we are the most vaccinated state in the union. And so we have to take a stand and say, you know what, if you want vaccines, that's great. But if you don't, and you don't want your children to have them, there shouldn't be a price of admission to anything to make people take these vaccines. And we're seeing a lot of harm come to a lot of people because of those types of things when we quickly rush to judgment. And these medical lobbies have such a hold right now, not only across the nation, but also in our state. It's a big factor in what's going on in Charleston. And so we've got to take a stand and give people their freedom back and let them make the decision that they want to make for their own self and their own life. You guys agree with that? I figured you did, because I can tell this is a kindred spirit here, and we've got a group of people that are going to fight for our area and fight for our state. We've been all over the area, from Wyoming County, Raleigh County, Pitt County, and over and over and over, people want freedoms to live their lives. People want less interference from the government. People want the ability to have job opportunities and have a place where their kids can stay home for good jobs. And I think we can have that here in West Virginia. I think you guys have some great representatives in place right now in the legislature here. And so I'm excited to work with the area. I'm excited to be here tonight. I didn't expect to get to speak, but I'm really glad I did. And just thank you guys so much for having me. It means the world to me to be here. Thanks a lot.
Appreciate that very much. And I know Vince, like I said, Vince and Jack are really looking forward to working with you. So, when we announced this meeting, we did it as a teaser. So there'll be a special surprise candidate announcement. And there is, at least to most. So, let me preface this with this. Greenbrier County has been very blessed to overcome what was a very staunch Democrat majority in our courthouse. Very, very blessed. And that Democrat majority lasted for 100 years. And the people in this room came together and we were able to beat it. But one individual who truly, before the majority of any of us was involved, before half this county knew what being a Republican actually meant was involved. One individual who put himself forward at a very young